Look at how black my coffee is. Black as my soul right now. You might be thinking this is gonna be one of them emo videos. But, bikkuri suru to omou yo. Yes, although my hair has approached emo length, today will not be an emo video. So basically, today's video is going to be about how to channel your anger and your frustration and other shit like that to incorporate into your Japanese studies better. This doesn't only have to apply to Japanese, this is going to apply to many things in life, but for simplicity's sake, I'm going to apply it to Japanese only. So, let's say, for example, you have this desire to improve your Japanese skill level, speaking level, reading, writing, whatever it may be. Most of us, I'm sure the majority of people out there, including myself at many points, will do one thing, and one thing above all other things. Hold on, I gotta get the emo hair more appropriate for this scene. I wish my Japanese was better. Joking aside though, sorry if that offended anyone, but when we get in this mood, we tend to do one of three things, or all three things. We bitch, we whine, and we complain about how we're not good enough. Now, believe it or not, just doing these things leads us to believe that we ourselves, or you yourself, the individual, is not good enough to attain that level that you want. Now, here's where my lesson comes in, the Cruxay lesson. Whining is a signal for change. You can go one of two ways. That was very fobby. You can go one of two ways. The first way is to become more depressed, whine more, and ultimately pull yourself further away from what it is that you originally thought you couldn't achieve. All this is really doing is solidifying the fact that you can't achieve this because you're telling yourself you can't. Your second option, and this one would be my personal favorite, would be to change. To accept that signal for change and actually change. There's something that is very important to understand about this negative energy, and that it is channelable. You can transfer it to positive energy or productive energy. Instead of it being, I can't attain this level of Japanese, or I can't reach that level, change it and say, why can't I reach that level? Suddenly it becomes something a little more tangible. You can actually put it into words, you can formulate it, you can write it down on paper, and you can see what you're missing. As an example, here are things that I noted in a schedule that I wrote down to improve my Japanese, because I know that I'm not there yet, and I know I'm not where I want to be. But do I complain? Yes, sometimes. Basically what you want to do is use this negative energy and channel it into inspiration. You want to use it to fuel your inspiration. You want to use it to fuel... You want to put it in the gas tank, basically. Because as we all know, motivation, or being inspired in itself, only can get someone so far, the majority of the time. It's when we're pissed off about shit that stuff actually gets done. Like this video, for example. So if you're looking for one big takeaway from this video, because I know you all are, and I know you all want to improve your Japanese, then write this down. So we now know that anger can be channeled into productivity and creativity. What's a fast way to get angry? Consistently. And I'm not talking about like getting angry at your parents or your siblings for some stupid shit. I'm talking about being angry with yourself for not being where you want to be. So here's the takeaway, folks. The easiest method that I found, and one I put into practice always, is to find someone above me. It might also be beneficial that you see this person quite often. The reason being, whenever I get either high or low, up or down on myself, I can look towards that person and say, have I passed that person yet? If I haven't, I can get angry at myself. Why haven't I passed this person yet? Why are they still better than me? What am I not doing? And thus you formulate methods on which to improve your Japanese, and yourself even. And at the same time, you're channeling your anger away from negative, stupid thoughts that only bring you down. On the opposite end of this, one thing to never, ever, ever do, but most people do anyways, is find someone below you. Finding someone below you to make yourself ultimately feel better for how far you've come and how much you've accomplished is in itself a backwards moving thingamajig. I don't know what to say. At any rate, it's bad because, think about it, it's pretty simple when you actually just apply your brain and think about this for 1 second. If you're looking at someone below you to make yourself feel better, you are looking down, so therefore you're going down at the same time. Whereas if you're looking at someone above you and wanting to attain that, you're moving forward, always. And you always want to be moving forward. Trust me. From the very day I started studying Japanese, some 4 years ago, I believe, 3.5, 4 years ago, I always found someone to compare myself to. And it would always be someone of a fair skill level above my own. So that, and the wider the gap, the more I'd want to feel the need to fulfill it or to close that gap. But never did I fall into the trap of self-gratification and try and compare myself to those lower than me, just to make myself feel like, oh, I've accomplished so much with Japanese. I am so much better than these douchebags that know jack shit. Why would you want to be better than douchebags that know jack shit? As a rule of thumb for this method, if you're a beginner, you're going to want to aim for someone intermediate. If you're intermediate, you want to aim for someone who's advanced. If you're advanced, you want to aim for someone who's fluent. You can't be jumping too many levels at one time because the brain works logically, and you have to do things in a logical order in which it can see results and it can see improvement. There's no way. That's like me turning into a Japanese person overnight. My brain, no matter what I say to it, it's illogical. You basically have to do things in which are fathomable by the brain's standards of logical understanding. Standards of understanding, yes. But don't be afraid to set your sights high. I know I have many times, and it's helped me a lot. It can cause you more grief, but if you're willing to deal with that, then go for it. And this concludes the Cruxay lesson of the week. I need a haircut. See you next time.